The signal from the stars. Captain Maya Chen stood motionless on the bridge of the UES Intrepid, her eyes fixed on the holographic display hovering before her. The Deep Space Monitoring Station had picked up something unprecedented. A signal of clearly artificial origin, emanating from a star system 12 light-years away. "Play it again," she ordered, and Lieutenant Novik complied. The strange sequence of pulses and mathematical patterns filled the bridge once more. It wasn't human in origin. That much was certain. Humanity had yet to venture beyond their own solar system with crude missions. "It's definitely a distress call," said Dr. Elijah Ward, the Intrepid's xenolinguistics specialist. His fingers danced across his console as he analyzed the pattern. The mathematical sequence is universal, prime numbers, fundamental constants. It's designed to be recognized by any technologically advanced species. "You're absolutely certain?" Maya asked, though she already knew the answer. After centuries of scanning the stars, hoping for proof they weren't alone in the universe, humanity had finally received confirmation, in the form of a cry for help. "There's more," Elijah continued. "There are embedded coordinates and what appears to be a time signature. According to this, the distress began approximately 20 Earth days ago." Maya's XO, Commander Jackson Lee, moved to her side. "If this is legitimate, someone out there is in trouble. And they might not have much time left," Maya finished. She straightened her uniform. "Lieutenant Novik, transmit this recording to Earth Command, Priority Alpha. Dr. Ward, I want every detail you can extract from this signal." As her orders were carried out, Maya turned to the viewport, gazing at the endless tapestry of stars. Somewhere out there, an unknown intelligence was calling for help. And she knew, without a doubt, that humanity would answer. In the deep underground chambers beneath Geneva, the United Earth Council had assembled an emergency session. The alien distress call had been playing on a loop for the past hour as representatives from all Earth nations debated their response. Admiral Helena Vasquez stood at the center of the chamber, her weathered face illuminated by the holographic star chart displaying the origin of the signal. "The signal is authentic," she declared, silencing the murmurs. "We have verified its artificial nature and confirmed it adheres to universal mathematical principles that would be recognized across species boundaries." The Chinese representative leaned forward. "Even if we wanted to respond, our fastest experimental ships would take years to reach that system." Admiral Vasquez nodded to Dr. Samira Patel, who stepped forward. The lead scientist of Project Alcubierre adjusted her glasses nervously. "Not necessarily," Dr. Patel said. "The Alcubierre drive prototypes have completed successful tests to Jupiter and back. We create a bubble of spacetime that contracts ahead of the vessel and expands behind it, essentially moving space around the ship rather than moving the ship through space." "Theoretical maximums?" asked the EU representative. 15 light-years, Dr. Patel replied. "More than enough to reach the signal's origin." The room erupted in overlapping voices until Admiral Vasquez raised her hand for silence. "Ladies and gentlemen, I don't need to tell you that this is a pivotal moment in human history. An intelligent species is calling for help. The question before this council is simple. Do we answer?" After 3 hours of heated debate, the vote was cast, 27-6 in favor of mounting a rescue mission. 60 light-years from Earth, in an elegantly curved space station, orbiting a gas giant with luminescent rings, 4 aliens gathered around a circular conference table. "The monitoring probe has gone silent," said Zurax, the tallest of the 4. Its translucent skin pulsed with agitation, multiple eyes blinking in sequence. "That probe was in a restricted sector," rumbled Voltar, a massive being covered in crystalline protrusions that refracted light into dazzling patterns. "Why was it monitoring the human system at all?" Callista, whose serpentine body coiled around a specialized support chair, flicked a forked tongue. "The Science Directorate authorized increased surveillance. The humans have been developing faster than light technology at an accelerated rate. What happened to the probe?" asked the fourth alien, a small floating creature named Teth whose skin shifted colors with its emotions, currently displaying a worried shade of amber. Xerax's skin pulsed faster, drive failure near the edge of their system. Before we lost contact, it reported activating its emergency beacon. The four aliens exchanged horrified glances as they realized the implications. If the humans detected that signal, Teth began. They will come looking. Callista finished. Impossible. Voltar rumbled, crystalline spines rising in alarm. They don't have the technology to cross such distances. Our latest intelligence suggests they're closer to viable FTL travel than we anticipated, Xerax countered. They call it the Alcubierre drive. Even if they received the signal, why would they respond? Teth asked, skin shifting to a contemplative blue. They don't know who sent it or why. Voltar emitted a sound that might have been laughter. You don't understand humans. They evolved on a death world. A planet that would kill any of us within hours. Their gravity is crushing, their atmosphere corrosive, their radiation levels absurd. What does that have to do with anything? Callista hissed. To survive such conditions, Voltar explained, they became something unique. Their cultural narratives, their very psychology pushes them to help others, even at great risk to themselves. If they heard a cry for help, they would come. We must alert the Grand Assembly immediately, Xerax decided. The quarantine protocol may have been breached. Back aboard the UES Intrepid, Captain Maya Chen received her new orders directly from Admiral Vasquez. Assemble the fleet, Captain. You'll be leading our response to the alien distress call. The entire fleet, Admiral. We're sending 12 vessels, including our 3 Alcubierre-equipped ships. The Intrepid will serve as the flagship. Dr. Ward and Dr. Patel will join your crew to manage first contact protocols and drive operations. Maya felt her heart race. When do we depart? You have 7 days to prepare. This is history in the making, Captain. First contact, not in the way we imagined it, but perhaps in the best way possible. We're going to help them. Yes, Admiral. We won't let Earth down. After the communication ended, Maya turned to her waiting crew, their faces showing a mixture of excitement and anxiety that mirrored her own feelings. Well, she said with a slight smile, it looks like we have work to do. The Grand Assembly chamber of the Galactic Collective hummed with agitation as representatives from 23 species debated the crisis. The massive holographic display at the center of the room showed Earth's solar system, with 12 vessels highlighted in red as they prepared to depart. They are coming, said High Speaker Mivax, her luminescent wings fluttering with distress. The Deathworlders are coming. You keep using that term, said a newer council member, his 6 eyes blinking in confusion. What exactly are Deathworlders? Intelligence Director Voltar activated another display showing Earth rotating slowly. Look at this planet. The gravity is nearly twice what most collective species can withstand. The oxygen levels would be toxic to half of us. The solar radiation would cause cellular breakdown within hours without protection. The image changed to human anatomical diagrams. And these are the beings that evolved there. Their bones are reinforced with minerals that make them nearly unbreakable by our standards. Their muscles are dense and powerful. They can survive injuries that would kill any of us instantly. The council members stared in fascination and fear. But that's not what makes them truly dangerous. Voltar continued, voice dropping lower. It's their minds. They evolved as pursuit predators capable of tracking prey for days without rest. They can endure pain, hunger, and thirst that would drive most sentients to madness. A series of images flashed by. Humans building cities, fighting wars, exploring harsh environments. Their history is endless conflict, yet they keep advancing. They develop weapons specifically to kill others of their own kind. By the first light, whispered a council member, why have we not eliminated them? High Speaker Mivax's wings snapped taut in anger. Because we are not destroyers of worlds. The collective exists to preserve life, not extinguish it. That is why Earth was quarantined 3 centuries ago, to give them time to mature as a species before contact. And now they're coming here, Zurak said. Because of our mistake. How many ships? Asked the counselor. 12 vessels, Voltaire reported. More powerful than anything the collective has built in generations. We dismantled our weapons after the last conflict. The humans had no such agreement. What do they want? Asked another counselor. Why would they come all this way? That's what you're all missing, Callista said quietly. They're coming to help. The others looked at her in confusion. They received a distress call, Callista explained. In every instance of human behavior we've observed, they respond to calls for help, often at great risk to themselves. Their most honored individuals are those who sacrifice for others. So they're coming to rescue our probe, Myvax realized. But what happens when they discover the truth, that we've been watching them for centuries, that we've classified them as too dangerous to contact? No one had an answer. 7 days later, Captain Maya Chen stood on the bridge of the Intrepid as Earth's most advanced fleet assembled in high orbit. 12 ships, from rapid scouts to the massive carrier Odysseus, represented humanity's finest technology. Dr. Ward approached her command chair. Captain, we've been analyzing the signal continuously. There's something odd about it. Odd how? The mathematical patterns are universal, as Lieutenant Novak said, but some elements feel rushed, almost like it was sent by accident. Maya considered this. You think it might not have been intended for us? I can't be certain, Elijah admitted, but something doesn't feel right. Intended for us or not, someone out there needs help, Maya replied. And that's what we're going to give them. She turned to her bridge crew, all watching expectantly. Prepare for Alcubierre transition, she ordered. Let's see what's waiting for us. None of them realized they were about to announce humanity's presence to a galaxy that had been watching from the shadows. A galaxy had considered them the most dangerous species in known space. When worlds collide, the UES Intrepid emerged from the swirling blue-white distortion first, its massive hull gleaming under the light of an unfamiliar star. 11 other ships followed in precise formation, the fleet materializing like ghosts from the fabric of space itself. Captain Maya Chen gripped the arms of her command chair as the bridge systems stabilized. Status report, she ordered, scanning the bridge as officers checked their stations. Alcubierre transition complete, reported Dr. Patel, her voice betraying both exhaustion and exhilaration. All ships accounted for. Spatial coordinates match our target destination. Lieutenant Novak studied his console, scanning local space. Captain, I'm detecting a small vessel approximately 600,000 kilometers from our position. Energy signature is weak but present. That must be our distress call source, Maya said. Any response to our hails? Nothing yet, ma'am. Commander Lee looked up suddenly. Captain, I'm detecting another ship, much larger, moving toward us from behind the 4th planet. Maya straightened in her chair. Put it on screen. The main view screen shifted to show a massive vessel unlike anything humans had ever built. Its design defied conventional engineering, with flowing organic curves and structures that seemed to pulse with internal light. It's beautiful, someone whispered. And 5 times the size of our largest ship, added Lee grimly. Still no response to hails. Novak reported, tension evident in his voice. Maya made her decision. Maintain defensive posture. Lieutenant Novak, keep broadcasting first contact protocols on all frequencies. Dr. Ward, any progress on that translation algorithm? Working on it, Captain. These language patterns are unlike anything we've encountered before. Captain, Commander Lee interrupted. 3 more vessels have appeared from behind the planet. Smaller than the first, but still substantial. Maya felt a cold weight settle in her stomach. This was no longer a simple rescue mission. On the command deck of the collective vessel Harmonious Unity, First Speaker Myvax watched the human fleet with growing concern. They arrived precisely at the probe's coordinates, observed Intelligence Director Voltaire. 12 vessels, just as our long-range sensors detected. Their technology is remarkable, Zirax admitted. The spatial distortion they used, this Alcubierre drive, it's unlike anything in our records. Are they broadcasting? Mivak asked. Yes, on multiple frequencies, confirmed communications specialist Teth. The patterns suggest a greeting or identification. We should respond before they consider our silence hostile, suggested Callista. Mivak hesitated. The assembly gave explicit instructions to retrieve the probe and avoid contact if possible. It's too late for that, Voltar rumbled. They've already seen us. Our only choice now is how we manage this encounter. After a moment's consideration, Mivak nodded. Prepare a response. Use the universal mathematical sequences as a foundation and alert the assembly. The quarantine has officially failed. Captain, we're receiving a transmission, Novak announced. It's responding to our mathematical sequences. Dr. Ward rushed to Novak's station, eyes widening as he studied the incoming data. They're attempting communication. The structure suggests they understand our basic greeting. Can we establish a meaningful exchange? Maya asked. With time, yes. They're using similar mathematical concepts as a foundation. It's promising. Maya nodded. Continue the dialogue. In the meantime, I want to investigate that distress signal. Prepare Shuttle Team Alpha. Before the orders could be carried out, Commander Lee called out, Captain, the alien vessels are moving to intercept our position. They're positioning themselves between us and the distress beacon. They don't want us reaching that signal. Maya realized. Open a channel, all frequencies. Let's see if we can establish real-time communication. Dr. Ward worked frantically at his console. I got something basic, very rudimentary translation matrix based on the mathematical exchanges. That'll have to do, Maya said, rising from her chair. This is Captain Maya Chen of the United Earth Ship Intrepid. We come in peace, responding to a distress call from this region. We mean no harm and offer assistance to those in need. There was a long pause before the view screen flickered, revealing an alien figure. Its translucent skin pulsed with light, and multiple eyes blinked at them. When it spoke, the translation came through as stilted and incomplete. Humans, Earth, why have you come? Dangerous. Return. We received a distress signal, Maya repeated clearly. We came to help. The alien skin pulsed more rapidly. Mistake. No distress. Return to Earth. Maya exchanged glances with her officers. There was a distress call, she insisted. We have the recording. Dr. Ward studied his console. Captain, I think I understand. The signal was genuine, but it wasn't meant for us. It was their own internal communication, a malfunctioning probe that accidentally broadcast on all frequencies. Correct. Probe malfunction. Not for humans. Dangerous. Why dangerous? Maya asked. We only want to help. The alien seemed hesitant. Humans. Deathworlders. Not ready. Contact. Dr. Ward's eyes widened as he pieced together the meaning. Captain, I think they're afraid of us. They've been watching humanity, and they consider us dangerous because of our planet's conditions. They call us Deathworlders, species that evolved on planets with extreme conditions. Maya considered this revelation carefully. These aliens had been monitoring Earth, classifying humans as dangerous without ever making contact. And now, a simple accident had forced an encounter they'd been avoiding for who knows how long. We understand your concern, Maya said slowly. But we are not a threat. We came across vast distances because we thought someone needed our help. That says something about who we are, doesn't it? Before the alien could respond, alarms blared across the Intrepid's bridge. Captain, Lee shouted. The small vessel, the probe, its power core is destabilizing. It's going to explode. The alien on screen began speaking rapidly, their translator struggling to keep up. Catastrophic failure. Containment breach. Radiation pulse. Dr. Paddle rushed to her console. Captain, If that probe explodes, it'll release a radiation pulse that could damage both our fleets. And at that distance, the shockwave will reach us in minutes. Can they stop it? Maya asked. The aliens' response was immediate. Tried. Systems locked. Cannot approach. Radiation already. Maya understood immediately. The aliens couldn't approach their own probe because the radiation was already dangerous to their physiology. But for humans, who evolved on a planet bathed in radiation, we'll handle it, she declared, rising from her chair. Commander Lee, assemble a team. Radiation suits and the shuttle's heaviest shielding. We're going to stabilize that probe. Captain, the alien began, your species cannot survive. You'd be surprised what humans can survive, Maya replied with a grim smile. This is exactly why we're here. To help. 30 minutes later, Maya stood in the shuttle bay watching Commander Lee and his team prepare. Their radiation suits, the best Earth technology could produce, would allow them to approach the alien probe safely. Dr. Patel had worked with Dr. Ward to translate the probe's systems, based on the limited information the aliens had reluctantly provided. The core stabilization sequence should work, Dr. Patel explained, showing the team the procedure on a tablet. But you'll need to get within 50 meters of the probe and remain there for approximately 3 minutes while the reset completes. In that radiation? Lee asked. The suits will protect you, Dr. Patel assured him. Mostly. Mostly isn't completely, Maya noted. It's the best we can do, Dr. Patel replied. The radiation levels are significant. Maya nodded. I understand. I'll be leading the team. Captain, Lee protested. Protocol states. Protocol also states that commanders don't send their people into danger they wouldn't face themselves. Maya interrupted. I'm going. First Speaker Mivax watched in disbelief as the human shuttle departed from their flagship. They're actually approaching the probe, Zirax said, voice tinged with awe. The radiation levels there would kill most of our species within seconds. Their protective gear must be remarkable, Teth observed, skin shifting to a curious purple. Even with protection, they're taking an enormous risk. Callista added. That radiation will penetrate any shielding eventually. And yet they go, Voltar rumbled, to save both their fleet and ours. Mivax felt something shift in her understanding. Perhaps we've misunderstood these Deathworlders all along. Inside the shuttle, Maya felt sweat beading on her forehead as they approached the alien probe. The radiation alarms had been blaring constantly since they'd crossed the 100,000-kilometer mark, and the shuttle sensors were struggling to function. Radiation levels climbing, reported Lieutenant Caftry, the shuttle pilot. Shields at maximum. Bring us alongside, Maya ordered. Match velocity and prepare for EVA. She double-checked her radiation suit's seals before entering the airlock with Commander Lee and Lieutenant Rodriguez, the engineering specialist. The moment the outer door opened, their suit alarms began screaming in unison. We have approximately 4 minutes before we reach critical exposure, Rodriguez warned. Then let's not waste time, Maya replied, activating her thruster pack. The alien probe was unlike any human technology. An elegant, almost organic design that pulsed with a sickly blue light. A panel on its side had been damaged, exposing intricate crystalline machinery within. Rodriguez immediately began working, following Dr. Patel's instructions. The core is here, he reported. I need to recalibrate the containment field and reset the system. Maya and Lee stabilized the probe as Rodriguez worked. The minutes ticked by agonizingly slowly as their suit warnings grew more urgent. 30 seconds to critical exposure, Lee reported, his voice tight. Almost there, Rodriguez muttered. Just need to. Got it. The probe's pulsing light stabilized, shifting from sickly blue to a calm green. Core stabilizing, Rodriguez confirmed. Containment reestablished. Back to the shuttle, Maya ordered. Now. As they pushed away from the probe, Maya felt a wave of dizziness wash over her. Warning lights flashed across her helmet display, indicating she'd received a dangerous radiation dose, despite the protection. "Captain." Lee's voice sounded distant. "I'm fine," she managed. "Get us back to the Intrepid." In the Harmonious Unity's medical bay, Maya woke to find herself surrounded by strange technology. Her body felt different, lighter, stronger. "Our medical technology is considerably advanced compared to yours," said a familiar voice. She turned to see the translucent alien who had spoken to her on the view screen, now using a much more sophisticated translator. "We've neutralized the radiation damage to your cellular structure." "Thank you," Maya said, sitting up slowly. "I'm Captain Maya Chen. I am First Speaker Mevax of the Galactic Collective," the alien replied. "You have our profound gratitude, Captain. Your actions saved many lives today, both human and non-human." "It's what anyone would have done," Maya said. "No," Mevax corrected gently. "It is what a human would do. We have been observing your species for centuries, Captain Chen. We labeled you Deathworlders, dangerous beings from a hostile planet. We quarantined your solar system, fearing what might happen if you ventured into the wider galaxy. And now," Maya asked, "now we understand that what makes you dangerous also makes you remarkable. Your capacity to endure, to survive conditions that would kill most sentient beings, is matched by your willingness to risk yourselves for others, even those you've never met before." A new alien entered, the massive crystalline being Maya had glimpsed on the view screen. "The Grand Assembly has voted," it announced. "The human quarantine has been lifted. Earth is invited to join the Galactic Collective as an associate member." Maya felt the weight of history on her shoulders. "I'll need to consult with my government, but speaking personally, I believe Earth would be honored to accept." "There is much we can learn from each other," Mevax said. "Your people have qualities we lack, just as we have knowledge you have yet to discover." "A fair exchange," Maya agreed, "though I have one condition." "Yes," Maya smiled. "In the future, if you need help, just ask directly. No need for distress signals." Mevax's skin pulsed in what Maya was learning to recognize as amusement. "Agreed, Captain. Though I suspect that now the galaxy knows about humanity, your people will have no shortage of opportunities to render assistance." "That's what we do," Maya said simply. "We help." 6 months later, Maya stood on the observation deck of the newly constructed Earth Embassy on the Collective's central world. Below her, human engineers worked alongside alien specialists, exchanging knowledge and expertise. Earth ships now traveled regular routes between human space and collective territories, carrying diplomats, scientists, and explorers. Commander Lee joined her at the viewport. "Who would have thought a malfunctioning probe would change everything?" "Sometimes accidents lead to the best outcomes," Maya replied. "The Collective feared us because we're different. They called us Deathworlders, like it was something terrible. And now," Maya smiled as she watched a human medic treating an alien child, using techniques developed on Earth that were revolutionary to collective medicine. "Now they understand that being a Deathworlder isn't about being dangerous. It's about being strong enough to help others when they need it most." In the vast tapestry of stars visible through the viewport, new possibilities stretched endlessly before them. Humanity had found its place in the galaxy, not through conquest or fear, but through the simple, profound act of answering a call for help, even one that was never meant for them to hear. The end.